Yeah. So Emmy and I found for sure our future rig. Look at this thing. That's it. That's the rig for us. Someday, right, Ben? Good morning from Utah. That's right, we are in Utah. If you've been following our epic journey of a lifetime, in our last video, we were leaving Arizona. We spent 2 majestic days in the Grand Canyon National Park, which was fantastic. From there, we drove to a place called Jacobs Lake for our very first actual formal dispersed camping. From there, we drove to Bryce Canyon, which is where you find us now. Bryce Canyon National Park is about a 5-minute drive that way. We are right now on U.S. Forestry Service property, dispersed camping. We were here for 2 nights. We spent 1 full day in the park, which was yesterday. We had an awesome time. We did some research. We kind of figured out what to do if you have a single day with a kid. We found an awesome hike. We saw a ton of the park, took a bazillion photos of the hoodoos. Hoodoos? Hoodoos. Hoodoos.
Hoodoos.
Hoodoos. We took a bunch of photos and had a really awesome time. Now, if you have been following our journey, you know we've only been gone about 5 days. We actually left Seattle a long time ago, but we spent time at my parents' place, at Megan's parents' place, finishing Kismet, doing a bunch of stuff. We've only actually been on the road formally for 5 days now. Today is July 20th. We left my parents' house in Arizona on July 15th, so it's only been 5 days. We have had our share of problems, folks. We've been having issues really since we left Seattle, a bunch of which I'm sure you've kind of seen in previous videos. This week, we've had problems. There seems to be an issue with our main lithium battery that we put in Kizzy. We have in there a 300 amp hour, 12 volt lithium battery. It was an investment. Those things are not cheap, and it does not appear to be holding a charge. The last 2 nights, it completely drained itself overnight, and the only electronics running was our little Dometic chest refrigerator, which only draws about 4 amps. So something is not right. We have been pretty stressed about that, honestly, because the whole reason we put so much money into the solar and the battery package on this is so that we could do what we're doing now, which is be out here camping for free, completely off the grid and self-sufficient. And if we don't have a battery that can get us through the night, that makes it really hard. So we're a little bit stressed about that. We're trying to figure that out, and we'll keep you updated. There are also some drivetrain problems that we're having with Kizzy. She's been making for the last few days some interesting grinding noises when we're changing gears. It doesn't seem to be a transmission thing. It's actually not grinding gears, but we think maybe the slacky gear in the linkage that goes from the transmission back to the rear differential. That thing is kind of typically has some rubber bushings in it or something to kind of absorb the impact of the gear changing. Those may be kind of gone or shot, and when we shift, the impact kind of creates like a metal on metal sound. So we're also trying to figure that out, and there's a host of other small issues to go along with it. All in all though, it's been great. Kizzy has been great. I mean, this is not what she was built for. When they built that motorhome, they did not think we would be driving her off the grid on dirt roads, but she's doing it. So anyways, we've had issues. We're shaking this thing out. We are attempting to stay optimistic and, not miss the magic. I heard Megan say that last night. We've got a bunch of reasons that we set out on this journey, and if you know us or you've been following along, you know most of them, but this isn't really a vacation, so to speak, for us. We're trying to accomplish a bunch. We're, at the end of this thing, we need to kind of launch a business, and so we need time to really be kind of focusing and thinking about that. And these challenges have made that difficult. So I think we're looking forward to the day when some of this stuff gets shook out and things are running and we can have some days without issues so that we can actually focus our energy and our intention on the stuff that we want to be. But We've been really lucky to be able to already go to 2 national parks, which has been incredible. Without further ado, Bryce Canyon National Park. So our plan today at Bryce Canyon is, we are here, as this indicates, we are actually going to catch a shuttle and we are going to ride it all the way down here to Bryce Point, which is, you know, kind of like the iconic first shot into this amphitheater here. Then we are going to get back on the shuttle and we're going to ride it to Inspiration Point. From there, I think we're going to disembark the shuttle and walk the rim trail past Wall Street to Sunset. This is Sunset Point, and we are going to then do the kind of famous Navajo loop. And so that is the plan for today.
You remind me of a man.
What man?
A man with the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
Who do?
You do.
Do what?
Remind me of a man.
What man?
The man with the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
Voodoo?
You do.
Now you say hoodoo.
All right, hey, we're here at Bryce Canyon. So what we learned actually is that this is not a canyon. They're a series of amphitheaters. And they have these big rock formations made of limestone, and they're called hoodoos. Do you know what that means? Apparently it means to be bewitched. Pretty interesting, right?
So we've kind of made it to the bottom of the Navajo Trail, and as you can see, it's just like such a unique environment down here. There's this mix of trees and these super cool red and white rock formations. We just finished the hike. It's pretty cool, huh, Amy?
Raining.
Right as we were coming up, a nice little thunderstorm rolled in. So it's pretty cool.
We had a good time, huh, buddy? We saw some really, really amazing sights, scenes.
It's like the perfect temperature.
Yeah, it's great.
Awesome. So we just finished up at Bryce Canyon. We came back to the same dispersed camping spot that we were at last night. Different actual camping spot because ours from last night was taken. It's Friday night, so Megan kind of wisely suggested that we get back here kind of early to make sure that there were spots available because they're already filling up. But because we had to take a pretty long dirt road out here for the last 2 days, look how dirty Kismet is. And our bikes are completely destroyed. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, when they made this old gal, this is not what they had in mind. But she's doing it. She's out here living her best life. We're on a bike ride, and of course, Emmy finds cars, old cars, rusted cars by the side of the road. Check this out. This is about the same age as Kismet. Look at this, clutch, brake.
Kismet and the dream catchers.
Yeah, sweet. Our buddy Mark got this for us, which is really thoughtful. Look at this. This is gonna be nice because it's so dusty here. This is gonna be a really cool thing behind me. Tomorrow we head out to Salt Lake City, actually to Lehigh, to visit our best bud Blake. See ya.